Travis Traphagen, and then we have senior guard Taylor Barsha. We will start with an opening statement from Coach Traphagen, followed by questions for the players, and then after the questions for the players, we'll let them go, and we'll open up questions for Coach Traphagen.
All right, my opening statement, I guess, at least I get my son up here, right away. Not exactly the type of game that we were hoping to have. I'm not going to sit up here and talk about all the things that we didn't do. I'm going to sit here and probably focus on, giving Pitt State all the credit in the world. I mean, they're the ones who took us out of a lot of the things that we're going to do, and you could just kind of get that sense early in the game that, we were grinding, trying to say, I think we almost turned it over the first 3 times of the game, and they were rolling, and give the crowd a ton of credit. But again, we've had a great year to finish up 27-6. We tied the school record for amount of wins, so it was a great year, and you just don't want to sit here and dwell. I tried to ease the tension a little bit in the locker room when we got done. Talked about, we had a game earlier this year that was just, I didn't think it could get any worse. We got beat by Winona by 39, but last game of the year we tried to top that, beat by 40 here today. But again, you just got to give credits. It was, anytime you look at the stat sheet, I feel like I got one of the best players in Division II next to me here. And when we see, I think 4 of our starters didn't make a basket, that's not probably a great recipe of success. So a lot of credit goes to Coach Lane. He's a big-time coach, big-time person. And again, I wish them all the luck advancing into the season. But I guess we can open it up for questions from here.
Did anything that didn't take you by surprise?
No. I mean, when you get 30+ games into the year, I thought we had a really great game plan. I mean, all week prepping for a dribble drive. I mean, it ain't like anything that what we saw. It's simple, but it's very, very effective. And I think sometimes the best coaches keep things very, very simple. So they were just better at what we did. The dribble drive with what they do. I just always say it's big gaps. And if you got talented kids that can attack and get 2 to draw, or get the second defender to come and draw and pitch. So again, we were going to try to take away the 3 the best we could, and we knew they get to the foul line over 20 times a game. So we made that joke again. It's like, well, we want to make sure that we take away the 3, but we want to take away the drive and don't foul them. Well, at some point you got to give a team credit where they just got it going a little bit. And again, we were just kind of from the get-go, and I think Taylor would probably sit there and say the same thing, is we were just kind of grinding. We're a team that usually scores the basketball pretty good, and we scored a season low here today. And again, it wasn't making shots, but I just think I have to give credit. I'm not the coach to sit here and say this is what we didn't do, why we didn't win. I just think at some point I got to sit up here and say you got to give Pitt State a lot of credit, because they made us run our offense a lot further away from the basket than we wanted to. They were going to run Varsh off of every screen. They did a good job of trying to contain her off ball screens, and we just got a little tight. And when the ball wasn't going in, I'm not going to sit there and say it wasn't effort, but I could probably get midway through the second quarter and say, man, this might not be our night. But we continue to compete. I think Taylor would sit there and say that, and at the end of the day, that's all you got. Is if you play as hard as you possibly can, that's all I ask of our kids.
Yeah, there's 9 obviously didn't go your way.
Mm-hmm.
How fun is this season?
It's been a lot of firsts for, I think, the program, our school, our administration, our coaches, and even our players. So, and it's got to go back to our teammates. We put in all the work and effort, starting when the season's over. So postseason to summer, we're there at 6 o'clock every morning, working out with the football guys right by our side. So, it's been a fun ride. Can't thank Coach Trapp for all he's done for me and giving me the opportunity to play for this program after the second time he's recruited me. So it's been great, and I can't thank my teammates and my coaches enough.
Any more questions for Taylor? All right, if there's no more questions, Taylor, you can go back to the locker room. Thank you for your time. And now, any questions for the coach?
Coach, did you see this game as kind of your team getting in?
What was that, sir?
Did you see this game as kind of like also getting the mirror?
Yeah.
Of just these 2 teams are both similar.
To be honest with you, I've got interviewed a number of times, and honestly, going into the game, that's what, when you looked at compared to ones, the twos, the threes, the fours, and look at numbers, it really was. I liked the matchup when it got drawn, other than having to play them on their home floor. And it was just kind of one of those nights. I just wish I could tell you we're a better basketball team, than what we played tonight. But on this given night, we weren't. And like Varsh had said, that this is year 4, just finishing year 4 of our transition from NCAA to Division II, and we kind of took over a program, quite honestly, that hence why I got the job. There was a change needed to be made where it wasn't in good hands, and we built it where we won 27 games the last year of our NCAA year, and then we got the call that said, hey, we're going D2, which I was 100% supportive. And we just constantly built ourselves. And I would hope that when you guys had watched the Winona states today, the northern states, very good representatives of the Northern Sun, that I thought Northern played a great basketball game, taking Emporia right down to the end. It was a team that we beat twice. Winona, very good team. They beat us twice. We had kind of the controversial ending, if you guys all saw that early in here, but again, very, very good basketball team. So, sometimes you get to this point of the year, it's based on matchups. And answering your question, I thought it was a good matchup, but apparently it wasn't, because, they were just, again, I can't say it enough that what they did is so simple, but they were really good at it. I thought they're 4 and 5. Since I don't play these guys all the time, I don't know names as well as I know numbers right now, but 34 and 23, they're starting 4 and 5. I thought just kicked our tail. I mean, from the get-go, I thought they established a presence inside, which was very good, and we kind of struggled a little bit with depth, kind of at the four spot, and we got into some early foul trouble and had to play some lineups. But again, they were really good. They spaced the floor well, hit some threes, they attacked, they got to the foul line, and all the things that championship level basketball teams do. So again, I would say I commend Coach Lord and his staff, because they had their team prepared and thought they were very, very good tonight.
There's some big-time players leaving tonight for their senior year this year, but you also have some solid rotation players coming back. What do you hope they take from this kind of loss moving forward?
Yeah, I use the term all the time with our kids that we had a lot of games this year that we won pretty big. I always say I don't care if we win by 1 or we win by 30. They all count the same. Here you always hope that it hurts a little bit. But again, I've tried to change a little bit as a coach, where I'm not going to be the negative guy screaming and yelling all the time. Once you start having kids, you change a little bit with that. But again, we competed tonight, and I hate saying that you're never supposed to be the coach that says, oh, we're not going to win or lose. But I mean, I could just get that sense. I see some of my SIDs, they've seen us play before. I could just get the sense. I mean, mid-second quarter, it's grinding right now. And I kept telling the kids, just get it to 10 and get it to 10. And we'd make one shot and we'd go give up a 3, or we would, and sometimes what you were saying is, I think we're prepared. Sometimes as a coach, I sit there and wish I had a remote control in my hand. As soon as the play was about ready to happen, I'm going to pause. I'm like, guys, this is what we went over. And again, sometimes when you're, 30 games into the year, you're either going to be better offensively or you're going to be better defensively in terms of scouting. And I think it's great that we played somebody different than somebody in your own conference, every single time. And I think that's something that all the teams in this region probably looks, when that selection show comes out. Hey, it'd be fun to play somebody different, once in a while. So, of all the games so far, it's been great. 2 great games, and we tried to balance that out a little bit tonight to have 1 bad game, as well. So, again, fun opportunity to be in the regional tournament. It's something that we won't forget. And again, you don't want the last game to sit there and say, sure, we got beat by 40. If we went and played again, I bet you'd be a pretty good basketball game. But we don't have that luxury. They were ready to play and we weren't, and that's where I just give all my credit to those guys.
All right, thank you very much, Coach Trapp-Hagen. Congratulations on a great season.
Thank you.